Good afternoon everyone, Matt here and welcome to my fragrance obsession. I hope you're all doing absolutely marvellous today. Now, in today's review I'm going to be going back to talking about rare discontinued scents. Are you surprised? It's pretty much in my middle name. You know me, I like my discontinued scents. I like to collect, as a fragrance collector and reviewer, I like to collect old scents that they don't sell on the market anymore. In today's review I'm going to be talking about a Calvin Klein fragrance, and this fragrance was launched in 2002 and it was discontinued in 2005, so it only lasted 3 years, which is quite astonishing. Now, before I go ahead and actually review this fragrance, I want to say a big thank you to one of the biggest reviewers on YouTube, Mr. Redolessence himself. Thank you so much for recommending this fragrance to me. I really do appreciate it. I think you're an amazing reviewer. I love your channel. I have done for a long time now. And thank you so much for doing a review on this fragrance, because just so you know guys, Redolessence is the only reviewer to actually review this fragrance, and I believe I'm the second, so I feel honoured to pass on the torch, if you like, in a very strange sort of way. But thank you so much, my friend. Keep doing what you're doing and keep smelling good. Now, here we go. Now this fragrance is called Crave. Now some of you might have heard of this fragrance, some of you might not have heard of it. This is a scent which I found in my local chemist, a couple of kilometers away from my house. I walked there yesterday just to have a look in, because I know that they have a lot of rare scents in there. So when I went in, I had a look on the shelf and they didn't really have anything too exciting. I only paid £20 for this fragrance, and this was the one which was sort of like, you know, give me the wink. It was like, come on, buy me, I'll do you justice. And I saw it and I was just like, right, I'll give it a go, because obviously I was fully aware of Redolescence's review. So I thought, right, I'll buy this fragrance for that price. Cannot go wrong. This is a 1.3 fluid ounce, so it is a 40ml, not bad volume. And for a scent that is discontinued and has been discontinued for 12 years now, is absolutely incredible. So let's talk about this fragrance, shall we? Now, here's what the bottle looks like for Crave, by the way. You get this plastic box. The box is actually pretty cool to look at, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at it, it does look like it was released in the early 2000s. It does look a bit cheesy, if I'm honest with you, but you know, it does the trick of being a box. Crave, Calvin Klein, we get a symbol here for the male symbol. We get some information on the back here, cravecalvinklein.com, and Calvin Klein Cosmetics distribution. So this is made by Calvin Klein themselves. This isn't made by Coty, of course. This was a fragrance that was made under the Calvin Klein name all those years ago, probably when Calvin Klein fragrances were better, let's be honest. This fragrance, like I said, launched in 2002. The noses behind this fragrance, the 3 perfumers that actually made this fragrance, and those perfumers are Yves Cassar, Pascal Gorin, and Jean-Marc Chelan. I think I pronounced the names right. Please do forgive me if I haven't. So let's get onto the bottle design now. The bottle, I can't get away with it really. I don't know, I'm a bit negative when it comes to the bottle design. It is made of plastic. It makes this noise when you shake it. And when I first pulled it out of the box, I was like, do I have to open it again or something? And then I realized, no, here's the sprayer. So you press that down and it comes out. We get Crave, Calvin Klein inside there. I don't know if you guys can really see it. It's in like a really nice colourful writing. It doesn't really do justice. I do apologise. And just some information there on the bottom, a sticker and just all that stuff. So, yeah. Now let's talk about this scent. Does it even stand up? Yeah, it does. Not very well, but it does stand up. Now, this fragrance, in terms of the notes in the top, has some very interesting notes, by the way, guys, okay? Now, in the top, we get sea notes, starfish, and bergamot. Now usually when I come across a note like starfish in a fragrance, I think bollocks. You know, I do. I think, well, how? Because I've never smelt a starfish. I can't say I've ever, you know, gone into the sea, pulled out a starfish and just sniffed the crap out of it. You know, I'm not weird like that. But it does make sense, and I will talk about that when we talk about the smell. But just before I do go ahead and talk about the smell, I just want to show you guys a picture of this beautiful place called Skiathos in Greece. Now, the reason I'm showing you this picture, by the way, is because this fragrance actually reminds me of this picture, okay? Very strange. You're probably thinking, really? But when I show you guys this picture, okay, on my TV, this is what it reminds me of, okay? Now, Skiathos, of course, is an island in Greece, and whenever I smell this fragrance, it just reminds me of this picture. And this picture has basically been my desktop background for a very long time, since I got my new laptop. And when I tested this fragrance out yesterday, I was just looking at this picture and I was like, you know what? Wow, that really does remind me of being there, you know? Very strange. But anyway, let's get on to the review. Now, okay, here we go. So the spray is, it's a bit awkward to spray, but it does the job. Yeah, you have to like really press down to, there we go. There we go, I got a good amount. Wow. Okay, so when I smell this fragrance, I get something very unique, if I'm honest with you, okay? Red Essence actually said that this was quite a generic scent. I have to disagree. I think that this fragrance is very, very different. I do get fresh vibes, I do get clean, I do get summery, and I do get a very, very strange sort of salty sea air with a marine corral smell. Very, very different. And I think, honestly, that is coming from the starfish. Because I was looking up the note on starfish, and FragranceMatt said that it's basically from a animalic family. And of course it kind of makes sense, but it kind of gives me the impression of that town, you know, that coastal town that I showed you. Like walking past all of the beautiful restaurants, the Greek restaurants, the blue crystal waters, the blue sky with clouds, and just this smell of a very refreshing, vibrant, summery smell. I don't really want to say fishy, because obviously the starfish doesn't come from the fish family. Now the interesting thing about starfishes is the fact that they're not fishes at all. They actually come from a family of marine animals called asteroideas. And they basically are very strong animals. They don't have a brain, they don't have eyes. They can live through pretty rough climates, say, you know, storms in the sea. Nothing can hurt them, basically. They're very, very strong, tough animals. It's a beautiful fragrance. Like, this just opens so fresh, summery, clean. So nice. My god, this is just a beautiful fragrance. Very well constructed. It's not overly fruity, by the way. This isn't like very strong on the bergamot, even though I do get a bit of citrus. There is a tiny bit of like a lemon in this fragrance. I wouldn't say I got a lot, but this fragrance is definitely constructed around those sea notes and the starfish. So the starfish gives this fragrance a very natural seaside sort of smell, salty type of vibe you give, you know, that you would give with summer or anywhere like abroad, like a tropical place, that sort of thing. But it's just beautiful. It's so nice, so suited for the summer. And it does smell very young. You know, I can actually imagine a younger crowd wearing this fragrance. So that gives me all the reason to have it, really, you know what I mean? In terms of the middle notes for this fragrance, we get basil, coriander, and pimento. So after this fragrance has been on your skin for about an hour, it starts to lose that marine sort of smell, and it starts to get a little bit more herbal. A lot of basil, creating a herbal smell. We do get a lot of coriander. I don't really get a lot of pimento, if I'm honest with you. I don't really get a pepper vibe out of this. I mean, it's a tiny bit spicy, but it doesn't create a peppery smell, in my opinion, you know? I find pimento is very strong in fragrances like Hot Water by Davidoff. So this fragrance to me doesn't really smell too strong on the pepper, but it's just so nice. It's like after that hour mark, it just turns into this herbal, powdery smell. Definitely a lot of that coriander and definitely a lot of basil, but I cannot say that I get a lot of pimento. And in terms of the Drydown, guys, we get nutmeg, sandalwood, tonka bean, musk, oak moss, vetiver, and birch. Now, Red Essence actually compares this fragrance to a fragrance by Tom Ford, and that fragrance is Costa Azura, which comes from their sort of aquatic range of fragrances, you know. I cannot say that I've exactly smelled that fragrance, but it's amazing, really, to think that they've created a fragrance that smells exactly like this. But yeah, just so nice. You know, it's so clean smelling. It's different. longevity is actually very decent on this fragrance. I get about 6 hours, which is pretty good for an aquatic fragrance. Even though this isn't an aquatic fragrance, it's classed as a fougere, an aromatic fougere. The Drydown's very woody. You do get a lot of that sandalwood. It is a bit earthy as well. It's not like a totally strong fragrance. It does mellow a little bit into the 5th hour, so it does sit close to the skin, but after the 6th hour it will evaporate from your skin completely. But the Drydown is very nice. You do get a lot of sandalwood. The sandalwood actually smells pretty good, if I'm honest with you. Musk, yes, there is a bit of musk, and I will say I do get a bit of oak moss. It just smells very soft and earthy in the Drydown. You know, once it's dried down, it smells a little bit sweeter. You do completely lose that marine element, you know. So to me, this is an amazing fragrance. I'm so happy that I've been able to find this gem, if you like, for a very good price. It's an amazing scent. Really like this. I will be wearing it a lot more in the summer. So yeah, guys, this is an amazing fragrance. If you're looking for an aquatic scent or a fougere, something that's great for the summer, to me this is a very unique fragrance, something very different. And if you can find a bottle of this, because I know it is discontinued and it is hard to find, but if you can find a bottle of this fragrance, I would highly recommend it. It just smells really good. So guys, thank you so much for watching my review for this fragrance. This has been for Crave by Calvin Klein, which is, like I said, one of the loneliest fragrances ever released. And I think when it first came out, of course, people were loving it, you know, for like the first 2 years. But then into the 3rd year, before they discontinued it, I don't think a lot of people were craving this fragrance. But yeah, amazing fragrance, guys. Highly recommend it. And thank you so much for watching my review for this scent. This has been for Crave by Calvin Klein. So big shout out to Redolessence. I will be leaving his review in the description of this video. And if you guys have this bottle and you've smelt it, please do let me know what you think of it, because this is a new fragrance of mine, which I do really like. So please do let me know what you think of it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep smelling good, and I'll see you all in the next review/video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and bye-bye for now.